Hello everyone, welcome back to Football Now for the latest round of Premier League fixtures. We're going to run you through our predictions and talk you through the betting odds. As you can tell by the title of this video, we're focusing on the Saturday evening game between Aston Villa versus Arsenal, a game Connor will be watching very closely. I'm sure Aston Villa are in form, defeating the champions Manchester City midweek. Arsenal as well, coming up with a late winner away at Luton. Before we get into the game in more detail, Connor, do you want to talk us through those betting odds?
Yeah, well, it's a tough one, isn't it? You got two strong heads of hair battling it out. Unai Emery, former Arsenal manager, of course, and Arteta, his successor. It was Lundberg in between, but Arsenal. I think they're probably shorter than what I thought they would be. 11 to 10, just over odds on, just over evens. Again, maybe it's the pessimism in me being an Arsenal fan, but I think with the way that we've been playing, because I don't with them, we are top of the league by 2 points, 4 points clear. Fucking hell, it's 6 points clear of Manchester City. When did that happen? 6 points clear. Least done. So 6 points clear off Manchester City, having already faced Manchester City once already. That's absolutely mad. But speaking of City, Aston Villa played them last night, didn't they? And we spoke about it in a previous video. But Villa didn't only win that game; they battered them. They had 20 more shots on target. They had nearly 3 xG. City didn't even get 1 xG. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. It really was a lesson from Unai Emery to Pep Guardiola on what hair can do. It's I can't back Arsenal to win this game because it's. I mean, I would be staying away totally, just because. What can you do? I mean, the longest odds there is a draw, and I don't. I got a feeling that you might go with a draw. I've got a feeling that I might go with a draw as well. So. Maybe that's where it is. I think there are going to be goals in this game. I think Arsenal showed a few defensive frailties last game against Luton, shipping 3 goals, 2 from corners. The goalkeeper situation has got to be sorted out, whether it's sorted out in the summer. I think Ramsdale may have played his last game for Arsenal. I think he may be gone. Clearly, Arteta's falling out of favour with him. But David Raya, he's been dodgy since he's come in. It's not just the one game now. His distribution is fine. I don't think he's made any mistakes there. But at the end of the day, you've got to be saving the goals. When he's coming for crosses or coming for corners, he's not really getting them. The shots that are right at him that are going under his body. I mean, we're not at Onana levels yet, but it's not great considering that. I mean, yes, we've only got him on loan, but we are going to get him permanently, aren't we? So that's 30 million quid. That I'm sure that money could have gone elsewhere, but. Yeah, it's a really, really difficult one. I think Arsenal have a good record actually against Aston Villa. I think we've won the last 4 times that we've played them. I remember last season at Villa Park, it was level right up until the end, and Jorginho took a strike from outside the box, hit the bar of Martinez into the goal. But it just goes to show you that even last season when Arsenal were a better side than what they are now, in my opinion. It's a really hard place to go to. I was going to say that and I said this before the Villa game, before the City game. I hoped that Manchester City would have taken a lot out of Aston Villa. I think it was easy enough, really, for them. I don't think it would have done. I think Aston Villa are going to be quite fresh heading in for this, and I think probably Arsenal still suffered more fatigue during the Luton game. Especially mentally as well. Another thing that's going to go against Arsenal is Mikel Arteta, because he stupidly celebrated a little bit when we scored a last-minute winner. You can't do that anymore. You can't celebrate in football. You've got to be staccato. You've got to be a robot on the sidelines. Otherwise, the FA is going to ban you. He's been banned. He's going to be in the stands for this. Ridiculous. They won't be happy until we're all robots on the sidelines, to be honest. But yeah, all that being said, I can't justify Arsenal being favourites for this game like they are. So I would stay away from it, but maybe the 11-4 looks quite tempting.
Yeah, I think if Arsenal go to Villa Park on Saturday and win, that is a statement. a very, very strong statement.
Will be 9 points clear. City
Yeah.
as well. Yes, they've still got to play, but still.
There you go. And that, tell you what, of all the places in the league right now, Villa Park's got to be one of the last places you want to be going. They are flying. Their home record's incredible. Like you mentioned, the City game there as well. I don't think a draw would be a terrible result for Arsenal either. Anyway, to be honest,
I
with you,
think,
not
I
at
think
all.
at this point, I'd probably take it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there you go. And look, if you look at that table again, look where Aston Villa are. They're right behind Arsenal and Liverpool. They're right up there. You know, and I look, ultimately, I don't think we've both said we don't think they'll be involved in that title race come, you know, March or April or whatever. But the fact that they're there now is outstanding. It's testament to what Unai Emery has been able to do since he came in. I remember we've been saying that in all the videos we've done so far. Ollie Watkins has been on fire for them. In terms of the injuries, Buendia, Mings and Traore all ruled out long-term for Villa. Thomas Partey, Smith Rowe, Timber, Vieira, as well, ruled out for Arsenal. There's questions over whether Tomiyasu will return with a calf injury. But yeah, we've mentioned that the draw wouldn't be the worst result for Arsenal. There's ways of viewing Arsenal now, aren't there? I've thought about Liverpool as well with the Fulham game in mind. When you've got a lot of late winners. I know you got a late winner against Brentford, and obviously the Luton game earlier this week. There's ways of viewing that you're doing enough at this point, but will you come unstuck further down the line? I think there have been questions over whether Arsenal got the one goal scorer, the man to get them the goals. But also, when you look back at title-winning sides, there have been a lot of moments throughout the season where they have managed to come up. I remember when Liverpool won the league, for instance, the amount of games we would win 1-0 and 2-1 with late winners. And I remember at Villa Park in the season we won the league, we were 1-0 down with 2 minutes to go, and we would come up with 2 late goals to go and win it. Sometimes you do need that. If you go to Villa Park and beat Aston Villa, this inform Aston Villa, that's when I think Arsenal got to be taken very, very, very seriously in the title race. I think they are being taken seriously now. I'm taking them seriously now as a Liverpool fan.
But I already beat Manchester City, of course.
Exactly. And for me right now, I'm very, like you said, pessimistic about. I still feel City will do enough, whether that's just because I've been scarred by the last 5 years or not. But that's not a slant on Arsenal or Liverpool not being good. It's just because I've realised how good Manchester City can be. And it feels like you have to match them rather than them come down if you're going to win the Premier League. But if you go to Villa Park, I think we'll know more about this Arsenal side for sure. And between the end of the year, because you go to Anfield, don't you, as well, in a couple of weeks? And then what a huge game that will be as well. Yeah. And they're probably two of the hardest games you would have out of the way. Then, you know, Villa away and Liverpool away,
and of course already played City as well.
Yeah, and already played City once as well. So it'll be very, very interesting to see where Arsenal are in a couple of weeks' time. But right now, I don't think you can really fault them. I think there are a few areas on the pitch. You mentioned the goalkeeper and, like I said, the striker. But I think Liverpool have got questions there in that midfield area. Obviously, Alisson's been out injured as well. Joel Matip now is out long term. So there's questions over them centre-back. And obviously City as well. There have been lots of question marks. So you take Rodri out of that City team, they look like a completely different side. It's like chalk and cheese, City with or without Rodri.
Yeah, I mean, we said that, didn't we, in our Simon Hooper video? Because Simon Hooper gets his own video. How's the referee getting his own video? How bad's that, honestly? Yeah. But no, we did say, didn't we, in that video before the Aston Villa game, that Rodri gone is just a huge loss. It's crazy, isn't it? You know, I mean, Manchester City, normally they have such great squad depth. But actually, you know, losing one player doesn't matter because they've got someone who can step in. But we said it when he got the red card early in the season. They don't have a Rodri replacement. Calvin Phillips ain't the answer for Pep, clearly, in his mind. So, yeah, I reckon they are going to be in that January transfer window looking for someone who can deputise Rodri. I don't know whether they can push Stones as a midfield like they've done before, but that's clearly a huge issue for them, and Rodri's not there.
They've lost some big names in the summer as well, didn't they? Like Gundogan and Mahrez, and we'll have to wait and see what happens with City. I'm still very, very cautious to even come close to writing them off. But having said all of that, Connor, do you want to talk us through your prediction for this game? I think we both hinted that we're going to back a draw, but I'll go first. Actually, it's been me going first, hasn't it, this week? So I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I've got a feeling you might have gone for the same. What are you thinking?
I've gone for the same, yeah. I do think there'll be goals in the game. I mean, it could be 1-1 as well, but it's yeah, it's hard. And I was just thinking, when you was talking there that sort of, we don't think that sort of come March, April time, Aston Villa are going to be in the title race. But I mean, we've said the same about Leicester. The thing is, though, with Aston Villa, this isn't just a good start to the season. They've been doing this for 12 months now. It's been Steven Gerrard got sacked. Unai, when did Unai come in? About October, November, somewhere like that.
About a year
And it's
ago.
pretty much ever since then that it's been on the good form. Now, 12 months is not good form. 12 months is just you are good, full stop. So they've been doing it that long that this is just an all match for Aston Villa. So, you know what? Maybe if Manchester City, and I think they're going to be the key, if they don't reach the scintillating, I mean, we know City can reel off 14 wins in a row, but if they can't quite do that, if they sort of go on winning, sort of getting 13 out of 15 points, which is unbelievable still, but short of what they normally have been doing. And Arsenal and Liverpool sort of keep doing well, but dropping points here. And Aston Villa could sneak up here because Unai Emery has shown that, I mean, he's shown with other clubs that he's been at that he can keep this going. But with Aston Villa, yeah, he's been doing it for 12 months. So you never know. You never know.
Yeah, he's a serial winner, isn't he? Like, you look at what he's done on the continent. So yeah, I think that he's still. Before he joined Villa, he was very underrated over here. Maybe because it's what the way it went at Arsenal, which I think in hindsight was probably an impossible job looking back.
It was, huge shoes to fill after Arsene Wenger. The greatest manager the game's ever seen.
There you go. Having
Why
said that,
well, why smiling?
As we conclude, nothing else saying anything.
I don't know why you're smiling.
As we conclude that preview there for Aston Villa versus Arsenal, you can check out all the other videos over on Football Now. Over on Football Now. We're going to move on to the Sunday games next week. You can check out our affiliated channels down below. Link in the description as well. I'm going to get Stern telling off from Connor in the break, but we'll see you on the next video.
Not bad.